Episode 8. No, really, Episode 8. And this week we answer the question, what is a Cardano Ambassador? I speak to Maria Carmo all about this. Hey everyone, and welcome to the Learn Cadano podcast, where we break down all the ins and outs of Cadano so you can use it as a pickup line next time you're out drinking. I'm your host, Peter Buey, and I did get some new music. This week, we're going to talk about what a Cardano Ambassador is and what that actually means. I have Maria Carmo on the podcast episode to talk all about it. Now, remember, if you want any of the resources that we talk about or any of the links that we reference, make sure you jump onto the Cadano.com.au website, where you can find all of the show notes, podcast links, and so much more. That's Cardano.com.au. If you're listening to this podcast on Apple Podcasts, you should see the link a little bit further down when you expand the view. Or if you're on Spotify, you should see the links there too. Now, we've had quite a bumpy week, so let's get into the news. I don't often talk about cryptocurrency prices. I'm not really an expert in that subject matter, so I don't think I should be talking about it. And really, if you're truly passionate about the project, the price shouldn't really matter too much to you. It's in the long term, it should go up. But anyhow, Elon Musk, puts out a tweet and announces that Tesla is no longer accepting Bitcoin for payments for their cars, and the entire market crashes, taking Bitcoin's lead. It's very interesting to see how much of an impact one person's tweet and announcement can have to the entire cryptocurrency market. It was also interesting to see which two protocols or blockchains didn't move much at all, or in fact, moved upwards. Two proof-of-stake blockchains did fairly well out of this market crash. Yes, Cadano, and the other one, Polkadot. Now, if we look at Cadano, out of all the ADA in circulation, the 32.5 billion approximately, about 23 billion of that, or 70%, is currently being staked in stake pools, independent stake pools or group stake pools, or is being staked in big exchanges like Binance, where some of the ADA may even be locked up for several months, meaning people can't sell their ADA quickly. If you're staking on a stake pool, for example, you'd have that ADA sitting happily delegated to a pool, earning rewards, and you'd have to physically log into your Daedalus or Yoroi or whatever wallet you're using and transfer that ADA to an exchange, where you'd see the market tanking and make those sell orders to actually exit into a fiat currency or any other crypto that you may be trading with. So this is a point of resistance, especially if you've got a stake pool and you have your ADA locked up in the pledge. There's multiple steps that you have to go through to get that ADA out. You have to log into your server. You have to move that ADA from the server's wallet to a Daedalus wallet, or even straight to an exchange at that point. You have to update your metadata of your pool. There's a lot of work behind it. A lot of resistance, again, to get that ADA out. So this staking model actually really wins out, because it makes it a little bit harder to actually sell your ADA. People holding other cryptocurrencies on exchanges can create automatic stop losses, or orders that will go through at certain points in the market. So let's say you've purchased Bitcoin at 50,000 USD and it suddenly goes up to 70,000 USD. So what you can do is you can put in stop losses so that you can keep those gains that you've had and exit at certain points. You may put a stop loss at 70,000 and sell 25% of your Bitcoin holdings at that point, and another stop loss at 60,000, selling half of what is remaining. So that way you are profiting on a downward sliding market. So when it turns bearish, you'll be selling at good points still, and still making a profit, and still holding on to some decent amount of fiat currency after all the blood and red candles have settled. I know that's a very simplified way of looking at it, but it can explain why so many people sold, as some of this news may have come out while people were sleeping, and all those automatic sell triggers started cascading. So a big sell order happens over here, another sell order happens over here, continuously pulling down the market, and everyone else's stop loss orders suddenly trigger in and send everything downwards. Now, because Cadano, on the other hand, seemed quite stable in comparison to all the other cryptocurrencies that were plummeting, a lot of investors were moving or hedging their losses into Cadano. And this sent the price skyrocketing to all-time highs again, which is absolutely amazing to see. A little bit hard. It's a little bit harder now for smaller stake pool operators and people trying to get into the Cadano space to purchase anything because the price is so high. But it is great for anyone else that has been a long-term holder. Those 70% of people that are holding onto all of that ADA and staking at the moment. It's lucky for them and good for them because the price of ADA has been skyrocketing since Elon Musk's tweet about not accepting Bitcoin anymore. Now, I do have some embedded tweets and some links in regards to all of this as well, so you can check them out on the show notes at cardano.com.au/EP008. Now, in some other news, pool updates. It's always good to look back at what has been happening with the pool and some milestones that we've hit. So, we have locked in a deal with the delegate, in the process actually, and they'll be benefiting from the pool in multiple ways, including access to an algorithmic trading bot that we have developed. The trading bot is something that we've been looking at offering to external investors, which will give a very good return on their investment. It's something the team has been working on for the last 4 years, since the 2017 crypto boom. We haven't just cooked it up overnight. If you would like to find out more information about this, you can go to cardano.com.au/trading-bot and fill out your expression of interest there. We'll be looking for more investors and more people to join our pool and also access our trading bot. Now that has sent our pool up to 59 million staked ADA. That's a huge increase from where we were. We were at 230,000 ADA, so we increased by quite a bit. And we're a little bit happy with that. I think it was only last episode we were celebrating our first block, and now we're celebrating our 5 million ADA stake milestone, which is absolutely amazing. We have also received notification that we've received from Input Output Global, the delegation for this round. It means we'll be getting a further 3.2 million ADA delegation assigned to our pool so that we can start minting more and more blocks. The 5.2 or 5.9 million ADA that we already have is really going to kick in. But as soon as this extra 3.2 million, it will just send us just under 10 million staked ADA on our pool, and we'll be minting blocks every single epoch for sure, making more and more rewards for all of our delegates. So we are absolutely over the moon in regards to that. And in further good news, we've also minted our second block. It just keeps on coming and coming, and I'm so excited. Oh, and if you listen to the very end of this podcast episode, there's something a little bit special. Make sure you listen to the outro. Now, to round out this week's news, I did an interview with the team from Crypto Doggies. Jake and Josh joined me on that video interview to talk all about their NFT project. So if you want to find out more about that, make sure you jump onto our YouTube channel where you can watch all the details and learn how you can possibly win a crypto doggy for yourself. I did purchase one. Half of the proceeds actually goes to charities in regards to dog shelters and animal welfare. So it's actually supporting a really good cause. Now, I'm actually a really big dog fan, and I kind of got sucked in. It's a pretty cool project. They didn't have any Pomeranians, which I was a little bit annoyed with, but they do have a Spitz, which is pretty similar. It's close enough. So I'm trying to hunt one down now. I still haven't gotten one, but I will keep on trying. So if you're a dog fan and you are a NFT fan, this is a project definitely for you. Jump on to cryptodoggies.org and you can find out more information about that and also how to enter the competition. And like I said, jump onto our YouTube channel where you can watch the interview. Now with that, let's get into this interview with Maria Carmo, all about what a Cardano Ambassador is. She is actually a Cardano Ambassador, so who else better to ask what an ambassador is? All right, Maria, thank you for joining me on the podcast. It's an absolute pleasure to actually finally meet you and have you on here.
Thank you for having me here. I love talking with the community, and sure, I'll make the time to be here in your podcast. I love podcasts. I love your voice, by the way.
Yeah, we were saying a little bit earlier, it's all my equipment. It makes me sound nice. All right. Now, in terms of the crypto space and yourself, how did you get into cryptocurrencies? And in particular, how did you find out about Cadano?
I love coincidence, and I love talk about energy and universe, and I think everything is a coincidence. I was a subscriber of a report back in Brazil, and this company delivered for all the subscriber a book. You only have to pay for the delivery. And I thought was kind of interesting because the title of the book was Gold Rush. And it was all about gold. But in the middle of talking about gold and silver and market and stuff, he talked about crisis. I forget the name of the author now, but he talks about something that called ICE 9, where the entire market of real estate, stocks, bonds, everything crashed down, and the entire system crashed down, so they will rebuild or reset the entire system. So I started my journey in gold and silver, and then one documentary about Bitcoin caught my attention. He was talking about Bitcoin and something else, but what really caught my attention was the Bitcoin episode about the tolerance fault, about the protocol itself, how safe it is, and everything. I watched that documentary 7 times to make sure I wasn't missing anything, right? But then I came to the market to try to buy some, and the fee of Bitcoin in the end of 2017 was very, very high, and take a very long time to get in your wallet if you buy Bitcoin anywhere at the time when it was up to $20,000. So I just discovered using Bitcoin that there was a problem. You know, I didn't put much money on it because I was learning, but there was a problem from the beginning. So I started reading about Ethereum, and there was also a problem, you know, it's not scalable, the fees, the gas, this and that. And then I started researching a little bit more, and then Cardano caught my attention. But Cardano didn't caught my attention only for the technology, caught my attention because it's science-backed, caught my attention because now, you know, we have the Africa Special, we will just include 5 million people in the Talos Prism system for ID and diplomas in universities in Ethiopia. So this is what caught my attention, the revolution, the change, the new world we could build together if we actually could prove that we can collaborate. And by the way, it's exactly what we do in Catalyst. We collaborate with each other.
So you discovered Cadano back in 2017, and you slowly grew interest. Did you follow the project since 2017, or like most people that I spoke to since the crash in 2018, most people kind of stepped away and then stepped back into it later in 2020. Were you following the project continuously?
Like I was following the project, but I'm not into the project like I am today. You know, I was just was there in the back of my mind, but I was seeing the scene of Bitcoin go all the way up to 20,000, then all the way down to 10,000. And I wasn't aware exactly how Cardano would solve it. So it took me a long time to get my head around Cardano, all the technology, the protocol, the Ouroboros, everything that we are proof of hacks, proof of this and proof of that, proof of the 51% attacks. And then when I did this course on Emurgo, I stood in Emurgo, I understand the technology behind it. It was 2020. And then I went all in. So it was following things happening after each other that actually brought me to Cardano. Things not working out in Bitcoin, things not working out in Ethereum, draw my attention to Cardano, where Charles has that whiteboard video where he explained the difference between them. And then it would really say, no, I like Cardano, I'm going to stay here, I'm going to learn everything about it. And it's where I become an ambassador. I don't know if you know, but in some cryptocurrency, they charge you to be ambassador. And also, you only can become ambassador if you are invited by a fellow of a team. In Cardano, anyone, including me, a teacher from Brazil, can become an ambassador. So it shows to the entire crypto community that in Cardano there is a space for everybody, for artists, for teachers, for anybody.
Okay. So you're based in Brazil at the moment?
No, I'm based in Ireland.
Okay, cool. Now, you mentioned that you are an ambassador, but what exactly is a Cadano Ambassador?
Cardano Ambassador program is a program to allow people to get involved to crypto and to help around the community. For example, we have content creators. I am a content creator. I create a video about Cardano, Catalyst, and everything Cardano. Or you could be a moderator, for example, in the forum, Cardano forum, Reddit, or GitHub, and websites like this. Also, there is a moderators in the Telegram official group. In every single language, or the majority of the most spoken language, there is a moderator as well. So this work of organizing and helping and moderating are all made from ambassadors. We also have the meetup organizer as well, but I don't know much about it, but this is the type of ambassadors you can be, and you can also go to the website of Cardano Foundation and see the program, follow the rules, and if you like, you probably could just apply yourself to become an ambassador.
I see. So it's just a process of applying and showing what you're doing for the community to become an ambassador?
Yes, more or less like that.
Okay. Is it more or less just a title that you hold that they give you, or is it like a position, a paid position that's part of the Cadano Foundation?
There is no working relationship between an ambassador or the CF. It is like we get rewards as we produce content, but it's not a working relationship. We get we get paid for some hours and stuff that we devote to the community. I do it doing videos on my channel. The name of my channel is Maria Carmo 369. So in my channel, I talk about wallets, I talk about scams, I talk about other projects that's involved to Cardano, how to create, for example, now people want to know about Ergo. They're going to be a chain link of a Cardano. So those people are interested on that. It's not easy to buy because it's not in Binance yet. So we need to buy in a different exchange, move the money over, and then buy Ergo. So I'm there where nobody else is in, so I can fill in this spaces of knowledge and information that is very, very crucial for who is coming to the space now. Lots of people get hurt. I don't think dodgy stuff is historic or graphics are helping anyone, because we are teaching people they get here yesterday, today they are millionaire, and tomorrow they are miserable. Is what we are telling people with Dodge, and is why I always tell my delegators and the people I know to be very careful, because you could be stuck in the top. It go up 60 cents, you buy at 6 cents, think that's go to $1. It doesn't go to $1, come back all the way to 10 cents, and then you lose all your assets.
That sounds like how I trade. Isn't that right? You're supposed to buy at the top and sell when it drops? No, well, I am an absolute terrible trader, but yes, warning people and educating users in regards to how to actually work with that, I guess, or warning people about those, the pump and dumps, I think they call them in the crypto space, where the market is being potentially manipulated, and you're buying at the wrong and incorrect times. But you're telling me so much here. So you mentioned that as an ambassador you get rewarded. Do you mean you get paid in ADA for your contributions?
Yes, I got paid in ADA for my contributions, only making videos. For example, I'm having this conversation here with you out of my free time because my love of Cardano, and I know you love Cardano, and then we get together, have interesting conversations, but I don't get paid for that. It's only the videos I do in my channel, and I submit. They have the right to say, no, I don't accept. Or they have to say, oh, it's $10, oh, it's $20, oh, it's $50. Depends of how they classify it. I don't have a saying on it. I only submit my work to be judged by them.
Wow, that's actually interesting process. I've had absolutely no idea that was available. So I could submit my own content and they'll go, yes, that's worth X amount, and they'll provide that much reward. Is that essentially how it works? Wow, okay.
This is essentially how it works. I am waiting for news. There is a new level of ambassador, the ambassadorship, and I'm just thinking that very soon we're going to have more news about ambassadors because they are reformulating things. They are making the entire system better. So I'm really, really looking forward for this new stage. I love what I do as an ambassador, and if they make the conditions better and if they give more support, it's going to be even better. What I do here, I take my knowledge as a teacher and an educator, I put together with crypto, and I help people that are coming in to not hurt themselves in the hurry or in the greed. Education's first.
Yeah, very much.
I was the first woman ambassador as well. That's why I got so many attention from many people because, what? A woman ambassador? What? I want to talk to her. I want to know her ideas. What my point of view is completely through education. We do nothing here. Nothing means anything if we are not educate ourselves as SPOs, as investors, as people that are arriving now. My public is majority people that are arriving now and find out everything. So I have videos for wallets. I have videos tutorial for everything Cardano.
Fantastic.
And my channel came from 800 people to 4K. I think it's 4,500 now in like less than 2 months. So the things are picking up and getting crazy. And I'm so happy that I dedicate the time to make that material to be there. So I make sure people wouldn't lose money or things like that, you know. I am a language teacher back in Brazil. Okay, I'm a language teacher back in Brazil. And when the time comes and then I became aware of the ambassador program, I said, well, I love teaching. I really, really miss the classroom. I think I'm away from the classroom 8-10 years now. So I miss this contact with the public. I miss the feedback from my students, like that we grow together. Teachers grows every day, as do the students. But in crypto is different because as a teacher, I have to wait 5 years, 10 years to see substantial change in the life of the students. My students were from 11 to 18. In crypto, is automatically, is now. It's tomorrow, it's yesterday. If you see the amount of messages I receive from Brazilians or from people all around the world, from Africa, from Goa, from China, from everywhere, people tell me, keep doing what you are doing because I got in Cardano because I hear you speak my language, I hear you speak with my heart, and here I am. Is what I get most of the days from everywhere.
I did check out your YouTube channel in researching your profile, and I did find 4,000 or so subscribers. Is that correct? I did see that.
Yes, it's 4,600 at the moment.
That's pretty good numbers. And I'd also noticed that they're all in Portuguese.
I know. I'm a Brazilian. Yeah. I'm Brazilian. I was born in Brazil. But with the work I've been doing to Cardano, just explodes. I cannot divide. Maria only speaks in English, I only speaks in Portuguese. What I do in my channel, now I try to do subtitles in every single video that is in English to also give the Portuguese speaker the opportunity to know what I'm talking in my channel. And if you see, there's many videos that I'm speaking in Portuguese, but the compliments are in English because people people use the automatic subtitles in the YouTube, and they find out what I'm talking about. I did an amazing video in NFT back 2 weeks ago, and people love it because I don't think these people are getting space enough in the community to talk to the community, and I make sure I bring the interesting people to my channel to talk to people, and I'm very happy, and I want to send a hug to all the ambassadors out there.
Okay. I didn't realize that you could actually translate YouTube, have the translations into English. I'm assuming they're automatic?
In some countries, for example, you get it automatically. You choose translate and automatic, but sometimes, I don't know what's happening on YouTube, they will not show the subtitles. So what I do, I upload the video with the Portuguese subtitle on it, so wouldn't mess around. People watching the video, they have the subtitle already, that's it. They don't need to do anything else. Is why I try to reach any language I possibly can. I have material translated to Russian, I have material translated to Spanish, I have material translated in many other languages, because I know so many people around the world, and they come around to me and say, Maria, could I translate it? Could I help you with this? Could I help you with that? And I always say yes, because I'm so busy, and I would love to see the knowledge of Cardano spread out in the four corners of the planet, because we all need to know. It's usability that we are after. Is the masses we are after. Yeah. We cannot grow, and we cannot do any better than another blockchain if we don't have people using it. My mission in life is education. I'm here to talk about education. And one thing that I'm very passionate about is to spread the word in other languages, because it's necessary. If you see the most rich countries in the world, you see they speak English, and they already have the knowledge. Actually, they are so advantaged in the knowledge of a Cardano, in the blockchain, the capability, if it's programmable or not. They are ahead of us. And we are still here learning this step-by-step process, because the information is not there as much as in English. You know what I mean?
Yeah. English is the most popular language in the world, but then followed very closely by Mandarin, Hindi, Spanish, and then Arabic, according to Wikipedia. And, if a lot of this content, like you're doing, can be translated into those particular languages, it would really capture those markets and those people, and spread the reach of Cadano even further. And that's where we leave the interview with Maria Carmo. For this week, we have a continuation of the interview where she talks more about her Catalyst proposal and Lovelace Academy, her education platform where she talks all about Cadano and multiple other things as well. So make sure you tune in next week for the rest of that interview. Now, hopefully you've gained a lot of insights in regards to what a Cardano Ambassador is and how you could potentially contribute to the Cadano ecosystem by doing what an ambassador may be doing, writing blog posts, running meetups, or moderating forums and Facebook groups, for example. So there's a lot of things that you could potentially do that aren't specifically tech related, and you could possibly be paid in ADA for it as well. So have a look at the show notes. I've posted links in regards to what Cadano Ambassadors are and potentially how you can contribute and earn a little bit of ADA for all of your efforts. Now, to help you all out who are interested in the Cadano Ambassador program, I'll just go through a couple of the roles that they do have here on the website. So the first one here is a content creator. So that is essentially anyone that is writing about Cadano and generally creating articles, blogs, or audio or video content. And that usually gives about 10 to 50 US dollars worth of ADA, depending on how much you write or the level of complexity and quality of the work as well. There are some criteria to follow. So text needs to be absolutely flawless and grammatically correct, and content represents the values of the Cadano brand. So everything has to be very top-notch and very high quality to be able to meet any of the requirements. So another fairly easy role to be is a meetup organizer. So a meetup organizer will be gathering together multiple people into a location to talk about Cadano specifically. Now, you don't need to have any specific event organizing skills, but you need to at least have a minimum of 10 attendees and running it for at least 3 months before you apply for this one. And you can earn up to 300 US a month worth of ADA and specifically earn 20 per meetup organization, 20 USD for a written recap on the Cadano forum, 20 for a basic video, and 1 USD for photos of the actual group event from people that were there, up to a maximum of $100 per meetup. Another 2 roles that you could possibly contribute as a Cardano Ambassador is one being a translator. So all of the content that goes out usually goes out in English, but if you're very good at translating English to another language, maybe Vietnamese for example, you can translate all of the written Cadano Foundation information, blog posts, whatever it may be, into your native language and get paid for that as well. That is a really good way of contributing, especially if you're not very technically minded, but you are good at translating stuff from English to another language. The last one, as I mentioned before, was moderation. So moderating the various Cadano forums, the Reddits, the Facebook groups, there are specific official ones, and it takes a lot of time and effort to actually moderate all these and make sure conversations are civil and are on point. So these people there would be paid a certain amount to make sure that the conversations are all under control and in lines with the rules of the Cadano Foundation. Now, I really hope that has sparked some people's interest in regards to contributing to the Cadano project and given you a couple of options in how you can possibly join. And if you want more information, Google Cardano Ambassador Program or jump into the show notes for this podcast episode and you'll be able to find out all the information about that, along with, I think, the link to the video interview with Maria Carmo as well. I should have that by the time this podcast is released too. Now, like always, if you enjoyed this podcast, please consider leaving us a 5-star rating and review on the Apple iTunes store. It really helps with the discoverability of this podcast for other people that are searching for new and beginner Cadano content. And with that, I'm going to leave you for this week. Please make sure you keep your seed phrases safe and secure. Make sure you keep them backed up. And I'm going to leave you with our new not financial advice disclaimer. And here it goes.
Yeah, gotta do it like that. You've been listening to the Learn Cardano podcast. Gotta get it hype. Crypto is what we like, but this is not investment or financial advice. Gotta do your research, cause it's risky. We know it is. This show is educational and it's informative. Crypto's the future, really, it ain't no debating. IOHK, Emergo, we're not affiliated, not Cardano Foundation. We just gotta say it. A show that you can learn and it's for your entertainment. Yeah, you gotta check it. Don't wanna be missing that. You were tuned in to the Learn Cardano podcast. Yeah, giving insight. Ain't another show like this when it come to crypto. Invest at your own risk. Might not be for everyone, but who it is for, we keep giving you some info and plenty more. Hey, yeah, the Learn Cardano podcast. Hey, yeah, the Learn Cardano podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Keep it locked right here. Let's go.